My name is Lazarus Kivuva, CC Education, Skills Training and Social Welfare. We are working in the government of Governor Alfred Mutua that believes in holistic development of our young people. In particular, we have been directed to move with speed as per Maendeleo chapter philosophy to ensure that we create opportunities for young people through capacity building. We realize that overly, that 70% of our young people are unemployed. And when you look at the poverty index in Machakos, we are at 48%, far below subnational index. This is why we have a wake-up call from His Excellency the Governor, that our people should be empowered by getting the necessary skills to enable them to develop Machakos to the first world. And this is why we have come with the pragmatic ideas. One, to come up with the construction of ICT centers and vocational training centers that will make sure that our young people have opportunities to acquire skills, norms, and even values. This way will see us as a county opening opportunities for younger people to ensure that they can take bread to their table. Basically, what we are saying is that as a government, we are training our youth to acquire the necessary skills so that they can up the game or get employment in our new city that is coming up. We are also providing bursaries. We realize that majority of our people in Machakos are still poor. And with the government transition, 100% transition to secondary school education, we feel, and we as a government, that it's very important that we provide bursary support for our students, not only in secondary schools, but also in our vocational training centers.
I am John Kilonzo Modama, the Chief Officer in the Department of Education and Skills Training in the County Government of Machakos. In the Department of Education and Skills Training, we are in charge of early childhood education and skills training. Under skills training, that's where we have the vocational training centers. In Machakos County, we have 40 public vocational training centers, which are spread across the county in different wards. The county government has employed over 100 instructors on permanent and pensionable terms. Since 2017, the county government, in collaboration with the national government and development partners, has disbursed over 130 million shillings to the 40 vocational training centers in Machakos County. These monies have made sure that the enrollment in the vocational training centers has risen from around 3,000 in the year 2017 to the current 4,200 in our 40 vocational training centers. The Machakos County government has also invested over 60 million Kenya shillings on the improvement of infrastructure in our vocational training centers. For example, we have constructed training workshops in Busiane, in Masi, in Kalokoni, Chamutui, and Matu vocational training centers. We are also constructing a dormitory at Kituluni, which is starting, and we have also a finished dormitory in Chamudeke vocational training centers. We are also embarking on renovation of some of our facilities, for instance, ABC Keve vocational training center. From this development that I've outlined, which has been occasioned by the focused leadership of His Excellency Dr. Alfred Mutua, who has given a lot of focus to this sector, I want to urge all the Form 4 leavers to come and join our vocational training centers. In the vocational training centers, they can start from artisan and have a career path that takes them all the way to degree level. By getting a skill from the vocational training centers, they will be able to either employ themselves or even seek employment and better their lives. We have a lot of testimony of people who have done that and they have succeeded in their life.
Well, the county government of Machakos has done quite well, and I have a number of points or a number of issues which I would like to mention as concerns what the government has done. Now, to start with, we have a number of instructors who are currently employed by the county government of Machakos, and these instructors are taking care of our trainees in different trades. More to that, I would as well mention that we are benefiting as institutions from the government in terms of bursaries. We are getting bursaries which are taking care of the trainees to a tune of almost actually taking care of their tuition for a whole 1 year. Besides that, we are getting other grants and funds from the same government. So I would say that the government has done quite well. So the advantages of trainees or the youth joining vocational training centers are quite many. To start with, I would wish to say that the majority of the people we are receiving, that is the trainees, some of them, if not all, have not really qualified or have not attained the grades that can take them to TTIs and maybe to the universities. So the vocational training centers are actually the right place for them, because at the end of it all, they all benefit in the same way as those who join the universities. And in this case, what happens with the vocational training centers, we have a number of examining bodies which actually allow the trainees to attain the highest level, equivalent to some of those who have even gone to the universities. Now, a trainee starts with grade 3, for instance, if they are to be examined by National Industrial Training Authority. After grade 3, they proceed to grade 2. From there, they proceed to grade 1. And after that, they are in a position to go up to the level of master craftsman. Now, if they do it the next way, we can start with artisan, which is the lowest level. From there, they get to craft. And after craft, they are in a position to proceed to diploma. And we all know that once somebody has attained a diploma and also examined by NEC, this person is actually in a position to proceed to a higher national diploma, as well as possibly proceed for a degree, which will be more or less the same with or compared to that person who went to the university. So I would say going to the vocational training centers is actually the right place for those who did not make it to go to the university express. The only difference is that one may take longer, but at the end of it all, they all have the same papers.
My name is Jacinta Siombua. Few years ago, I wanted to be a designer. When I came to Kituluni Vocational Training Center last year, this is my second year, I'm able to come up with different fashions and I'm able to sketch different designs. And at the end of the day, I'll graduate and be ready to face the market confidently. I'd like to urge my fellow youths to come and join vocational training centers so that they can gain the skills needed and be self-employed.
My name is Stephen Modeni, taking food and beverage in Kituluni Vocational Training Center. I want to take this opportunity to thank the government of Machakos for the training material that he has given to our institution. So far, we are already trained and we are ready to face the market because we are exposed to face the challenges which are there outside. Thank you.
Capitation that has enabled all our training institutions to move the right direction. In addition to that, I also want to appreciate the support of the county government by giving our institutions the projects and the money for the infrastructure that is required for our continuous learning. I want to urge all the community to enroll all their students, especially the for 4 leavers who have not been able to be absorbed in other institutions, to enroll in the county vocational training centers to make sure that they acquire all the skills that are required for their own development and the county at large.
My name is Zuhura Rajab Hamise, Chief Officer, Social Welfare and Civic Empowerment, a department in the Ministry of Education, Skills Training, Social Welfare and Civic Empowerment in the county government of Machakos. In social welfare, we do 5 major agendas. Major being GBV, gender-based violence, where we deal with the youth. We assist them to know and to recognize that they have a right to live like independent Kenyans, and to know when and how to report when they are affected or defiled. We also deal with OVCs, orphans and vulnerable children. Machakos County has 29 registered children's homes, and we give them hope, we give them meaning in their lives. We do civic empowerment for the women and the youth and train them on how to access funds from the central government. There's a Uwezo Fund, there's a Youth Fund, there's the Women Enterprise Fund, so that they can also engage in businesses and make their lives meaningful. We also deal with PWDs, people with disability. We noticed that there was a lot of hopelessness with PWDs in the county, and we got out of our way to make sure even the ones hidden at home, we get them out and we include them in our program so that they can know they are citizens like any other citizen. We give them hope. 5th program in the social welfare department is a program for the elderly. We noticed that there was a need in the county because the elderly have been neglected and left to live on their own. Through our government and through our governor, Dr. Alfred Mutua, we are planning to start a home for the elderly where we can put them so that they can be taken care of, for them to have their yesteryears peaceful. For our programs to be successful, we work with partners like Red Cross, Plan International, VSO, DEC, GEM, APDK, to make sure that we reach all cadres of the society where social welfare should be felt. Major being the GBV issue, where defilement has become really too much, and we are handling it as a county. We are also looking at the youth problem, where they are not able to access jobs, and through VSO we are training the youth to do business plans and to identify their talents and to know exactly where they can make meaningful livelihoods. So we are actually, as a department, handling literally everybody, every cadre of society, to make sure we change lives for the better for the people of Machakos County.